the thing that I walk away with most from all of this is what happens after. So when we're, all together in kind of late October, I think what we're going to find is that the way that we approach operations is going to be fundamentally different. Hi, everyone. Nick Lippis on the Build for Trust podcast. So I wanted to share with you some reflection that I had after the AI Networking Summit that we had just hosted in kind of mid-May in Frisco / Dallas. So I thought of so many things I walked away with, but in particular was how big and how massive the transformation that we are all about to experience. And I'm going to go really to like one event, and that is the Mythos and the patch storm that's coming for this summer. And many were talking about it's going to be like kind of the summer from hell. So a terrible experience for all, unfortunately, because like we just haven't had the need or the skills or the tools to do a lot of automation of patch management. There's risk in doing patches, as we all know from past experiences, where the patches themselves had exploits, buried within them. So there's a wariness, associated with that. But we will all get through that. Obviously, as kind of the leader of the ONU community, we'll offer as many best practices as we can during the summer timeframe. But I think the thing that I walk away with most from all of this is what happens after. So when we're, all together in kind of late October, I think what we're going to find is that the way that we approach operations is going to be fundamentally different. The skill sets in our operations centers are going to be fundamentally different as well. And that this experience with Mythos isn't going to be a one and done. It's going to be continual. So it's not just we have to do it, get it over with, and we'll be okay on the other side. There is some truth to that, but mostly what's going to happen is that we are now at a much higher pace of that kind of software updating that's going to go on within the infrastructure. And that's going to be new to a lot of, I would say, the vast majority of organizations. It wasn't too long ago where you actually had to take down routers, switches, and firewalls in order to upgrade them or patch them, and then you fire them back up and hope everything runs okay. So I think, a couple of things on this. First of all, there is going to be a massive upgrade to infrastructure. We are all going to upgrade our infrastructure because you can't have old products that still upgrade that way. You have to be able to fly the plane and fix it simultaneously. So we're going to have systems, infrastructure that you can provide a patch or upgrade it and have it while it's still running. So that's really fundamental and important. Digital twins is going to be extremely important in this environment. So at least you can look at a snapshot of your environment, do the upgrades, be assured of what the behavior will be after the upgrades, and then do the deployment. So digital twins is an extremely important aspect to the toolkit that we're going to have to deploy. From an operations point of view, is that we are going to start to move much faster towards autonomous operations. During the summer, we're all going to gain a lot more AI skills. We're also going to learn as infrastructure people how to do software lifecycle management, which means CI/CD, kind of pipelines, those kinds of practices that have been pretty well established within the dev community. So infrastructure is about to now really be software and a real focus on how do you do lifecycle management and how does it become automated. I would love to see us move in towards autonomous operations. We won't be there this fall for sure, but maybe next fall, or maybe the spring of 2018 or 2028. So it's that close. It's not, something that's going to be really far away. But this summer is going to be the summer that we are all going to start to cut our teeth on what it means to truly be an autonomous operations organization. What skills do we need? What tools do we need? And again, the big thing that I think is going to happen is that we're going to see major refreshes all across the large enterprise landscape. And I think, we're starting to see that with the numbers that from Cisco and from Dell and from HP and many others that have been servicing the on-prem infrastructure. The other key thing that's happening that we'll be talking about a lot when we meet in the fall timeframe is that many companies are going to be launching products during the summer to enable private AI stacks. So the whole hybrid AI world is going to come online starting really around the AI networking summit in this fall, in late October in New York City. That's going to be really key. Another attribute or another kind of offspring of what's happening now is a realization that we need AI FinOps, right? So we learned that at the spring event, that the tokenomics in the industry, the more that you consume AI, the higher your cost is going to be. But with new AI stacks coming into the marketplace, that curve of build versus buy is going to start to shift more and more towards build. It'll still be hybrid, but there'll be a lot more choices and options. And AI FinOps is going to really lead that kind of discussion. Every corporation needs an AI FinOps group to really guide your path around how you're going to be using AI. We learned it from the cloud era, so we can be much quicker now within the AI era. So AI FinOps is really important. The other key thing that's going to be fundamentally important now as well is that we have to all start to get our handle around governance. So we'll have a lot of that kind of discussion happening at the event in fall, but also in our working groups too. So there are 4 new working groups that we've established. There is AI control. There's also AI networking and autonomous operations. There's the agentic SOC. And there's also AI operational frameworks, which is really more of a management discussion around how do you move from POCs into production. That's where the AI fintech and also the governance discussions will start to happen, and we'll provide frameworks so we can all consume and debate, and hopefully will add to your approach to how do you become an enterprise AI company. So I think that's it. We're building the enterprise AI fabric. We're going to have a lot to say in fall, so get your tickets now for that. Look forward to seeing you in New York. It's going to be big. It's going to be beautiful. And it's going to be wonderful to have all of you there. So we'll see you in Manhattan in the perfect time of year, autumn in New York. Thank you.